Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good. Because after all, that's what we want. We want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher, and today on the show, very excited because we're going to be visiting with Gene Sharratt of Kindness Counts NCW. Now, I got to tell you, I'm a fan of this organization, and I just found out about them. But what I love about them is their mission is to inspire, recognize, and contribute to acts of kindness. I mean, come on. Does it get any better than that? I love this. I was very inspired, and as you know, when I feel inspired, I like to share it with you too. But before we get to that, I want to remind you that if you have questions you would like me to answer on or off the air, email those directly to me at fletcher@fletcherellingson.com. And if we use your question on the show, I'm going to send you at no charge a copy of my Amazon best-selling book called The Practice of Feeling Good. Now, if you've been following this show and want to learn more about personal development and how to take your life on more powerfully, then grab a copy of this book on Amazon. Just go to Amazon, search for The Practice of Feeling Good. You can also visit me at my website, fletcherellingson.com, where I have all sorts of free resources there. Hey, you don't have to figure things out all by yourself. There are answers and solutions and ways to get unstuck and move forward powerfully. Now, at this point in the show, I usually do take time to answer an email question and offer some coaching, but today we're going to skip that part because I really want to give some additional time to our conversation with Gene and about the organization. So we're going to take a short commercial break, but then we're going to be right back, so stay with us. Hello everyone, welcome back to Live It Up. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you're in this conversation with us. Today on the show, we're talking with Mr. Gene Sharratt. Good morning, Gene.
Well, welcome. Good to be on the show. Thank you for having me. Appreciate
I'm glad you're here because we're talking about one of my favorite things today, which is kindness.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, we always like to start off with a win because you know, when you watch a lot of news and stuff, they're not talking about the wins, they're talking about the misses and what's not going well. I like to start off with what's going well. So what's something that is going well in your personal life?
Well, in the personal life, I think the most important thing is we've teamed up with the Random Acts of Kindness Club at Wenatchee High School. And they've got a great leadership team there too. We'll be on in just a moment. But we've been able to bridge a lot of gaps in the community. The youth in the community have really taken this to heart, have done a fabulous job. I could not be more proud of the students at Wenatchee High School for the work they're doing.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, when I learned about that, I thought, man, imagine what could have been at my high school back in the day if we had had something like that. So very exciting to hear that that's happening in our local high school.
Yeah, you'll enjoy the two wonderful people here in a few minutes as well.
Good. Well, so we're talking about Kindness Counts NCW, and this organization, which I absolutely love, is dedicated to inspiring, recognizing, and contributing to acts of kindness. Did I get that correct?
Correct, perfect.
All right, that's exciting to me. So how did this come about? How did this organization start?
You bet. About a year ago, last December, I got to be thinking that we are allowing differences to amplify and be louder than what we have in common. So why don't we turn down the noise on differences and turn up the volume on what we have in common? And what we have in common, regardless of our demographics, is kindness, thoughtfulness, and civility. So I got together with 3 or 4 people and I said, why don't we make 2023 the year that we do 2023 acts of kindness? We'll correspond it with the National Acts of Kindness Day, which was February 17th. We'll launch it on that day, and we'll do an effort to put together 2023 acts of kindness. The number was not important. That was just a stretch goal. We accomplished that by April or so already last year, so we far exceeded that goal. But it was just a point out there to give us kind of a motivational step. But what we've done is really turned up the volume in our community about what we have in common. And you know, Fletcher, because you're very good at this, what unites us really is around kindness, thoughtfulness, and civility. And when we allow our differences to dominate things, I think we are not as strong as a community as we possibly could be. And I have a very strong interest in youth, being a former teacher, and I think we want to make sure that our youth come forward with kindness, thoughtfulness, and civility.
Man, there's so much about that that I love.
Yeah.
it's really actually a very important conversation. What you said is, yes, what unites us, and say those three things again.
You bet. What unites us is thoughtfulness, kindness, and civility.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're looking at ways to unite instead of divide.
Exactly right. And the Random Acts of Kindness Club at the high school again got together with the Senior Activity Center recently. Those are not two partnerships that usually get together, but they were so enthusiastic about bridging that gap between youth and senior citizens. We brought in Glad Song, a wonderful group in town, to bridge that gap and have a concert on November the 4th. And the proceeds are going to help both of those organizations with acts of kindness. And your two leaders in a few moments will tell you a little bit more about that. But it was a hugely successful. We were optimistic and thought we would put out 60 chairs. People kept coming, 75. People kept coming, 90. We ended up with 122 people at Wenatchee High School in the Commons area, all because of the students and their great work.
Wow, that is inspiring. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of defining words. So what is kindness, or how do you define that?
Yeah, that's a great question. We tackled that right away. And we define kindness as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate of others. Simple definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that again, please.
You bet. The quality of being friendly, generous, and also being considerate.
Man, that feels really good.
You bet.
Yeah. And when you are the recipient of those three things, that's a game changer, isn't it?
It's huge.
It absolutely puts your day in a different light when you are the recipient of kindness, consideration, and thoughtfulness, and generosity. And so it's really like a blessing, isn't it? When you're the recipient of those things.
You bet. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, when we are kind to other people, we often think that they get the gift. In reality, we get the gift. The gift comes back to us tenfold because they feel better about themselves, they feel better about their day, they feel better about who they are as a person, and certainly they get that gift, but we get a larger gift as the giver of that gift.
Yeah, it's like this incredible win-win situation with a ripple effect that you and I will never see the extent of those ripples, right? But it just keeps on going and going and going. And also, as you were talking, it also brought to mind that the part of the gift that you're giving when you are kind is a gift of hope, right? Because it can change your outlook for what's possible, and so a really, really rich gift. So, what does kindness in action look like for your organization?
Well, we do a lot of things. We have a lot of events going on. We team up with a group called Happy Letters, and they may be on your show at a later point, but Happy Letters is a group that puts together letters that go out to veterans, that go out to senior citizens, that go out to people in oncology departments to try to brighten their day. We've also teamed up with Only 7 Seconds. Their goal is to end loneliness, and they're a fabulous group, and so we've teamed up with them. We do a lot of activities with Make a Difference Day. We're at the Kashmir Pioneer Days with the booth up there. So whenever there's an event, we try to have a booth and try to have it a fun activity for everybody involved.
Wow. I just got to take a moment here and just do like a reality check. There's so much uncertainty and so much unrest in our world. I just want to appreciate you and acknowledge you for being somebody who is bringing light to the world. And your organization. I mean, to hear, last week we had on Only 7 Seconds. We had Luke Wall on. Now we've got you guys on. Now I'm learning about these Happy Letters. I'm filled up right now. It like gives me hope. And that's a clean burning fuel, right? So thank you for everything that you're doing.
Oh, you're welcome.
What do you think the outcomes of kindness are? And can you share something that maybe you've noticed firsthand? You
bet. Well, kindness is like lighting a candle in a dark cave. You know, one single candle can light the darkest part of your life. So our goal this year, and it's a one-year campaign, was to light as many candles around kindness as we could. And that candle will light another candle, and pretty soon we end that darkness and we provide more hope for people. And I have a favorite saying that when you have hope for tomorrow, you have the power to change your today. So we have to end hopelessness and loneliness, and we can do that by lighting candles of hope and kindness and civility. Kindness is free. Kindness is contagious. It costs you nothing to push a cart back, to say good morning to somebody, to send a thank you letter. It just doesn't cost anything, but the benefits are exponentially strong.
Okay. I got to dive a little deeper into that, because sometimes people think, like, oh, I don't know what an act of kindness would be, or I'm too busy. But what you just are suggesting is, no. These are easy things. Taking a shopping cart back for somebody, holding a door for somebody, right? Picking up a tab for someone's drink, or making a donation, or simply seeing somebody and being present with them.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, and wishing them well, or recognizing something well that they've done. Right?
Saying good morning, saying hello. The pandemic has put us back quite a bit, as you know, Fletcher, in terms of it caused everybody to come inside. And what people want more than anything in life is to make connections and to build relationships and to be seen. And to be seen is to be respected, and to be respected is to honor you as a person.
Yeah, what we want and what we crave is to be seen.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so this. The other reason I'm so excited and enthusiastic about this is because, as you know, the book that I've written is The Practice of Feeling Good. It really is a practice.
Right.
So some people might be listening to this and thinking, like, I don't really do that, or I don't know how to do that. It is a practice.
Yep.
It requires a deliberate thinking and deliberate action. It requires intention.
Exactly.
And some people think, well, gosh, this might sound like a lot of work. But this work is rewarding, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Intentionality is the whole thing.
Yes.
In life, you find what you look for. And if you also find what you shine your light on.
Yes.
If you shine your light on goodness and kindness and civility, it's everywhere. If you go out of your house in the morning and look for goodness, kindness, and civility, it's everywhere. But if you go out of your house in the morning and look for fear and anger and frustration, it's also there.
Yes.
So shine your light on the things that you want to focus your life on. It's there. And we have the opportunity to build our community, and we can do that by shining the light on things that matter.
I love it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of your guys' business. I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of your words. This is just like the best.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. Hey, I hope you're as excited as I am about this and feeling filled up. We're going to have more on Kindness Counts NCW. But first, we've got to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. And then we're going to talk with a couple students from the Wenatchee High School and hear what they're up to regarding kindness as well. Stay with us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. So glad you're here, so glad you're in this conversation. We are back, we're talking about Kindness Counts NCW, and today we've got a couple guests on our show from the Wenatchee High School. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kirsten Jarmin.
Kirsten Jarmin and
I'm Abby Prieto.
Abby Prieto?
Yes.
All right. Hey, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Because you guys are you'd be in high school. You'd be in class right now.
Yeah,
otherwise, right?
exactly.
So thanks for taking the time.
Of course.
Hey, so we heard from Gene and we talked about Kindness Counts NCW, and what I understand is you guys have brought this into the Wenatchee High School.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we are part of the Random Acts of Kindness Club at the high school, and we have meetings every week, and we just kind of relay our acts of kindness onto the school and kind of create a culture that revolves around kindness and for the students and as well as the staff.
I love what you just said. You're trying to impact the culture.
Yeah.
Not trying, you are impacting it. Like you are literally putting in effort to impact a culture, right? And bring to it a culture of kindness.
Yeah.
And is that needed, yes or no?
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
Yes, everywhere.
Yeah. And how's it been going? What have you noticed, Abby?
I mean, our club is significantly growing, like every week. They're like people are hearing about it, and then they're bringing their friends, and then you see everyone having a great time, and every meeting is like more and more people are coming. So.
And at these meetings, when people assemble, what is it that you're discussing? You're discussing like what are acts of kindness that we can do? Tell me a little bit about that.
So every club meeting, we kind of have an agenda of what we're going to do, and then we ask the club what do they want to do next and how do they want to have an outreach to our school. and what activities do we want to do. And so just yesterday we had our club meeting of the week, and we worked with happy letters, and for people around the community we made happy letters for them. So we kind of just have an activity every meeting and then talk about what we're going to do next too.
Cool, cool. And what's the reception like when you tell people about, hey, we've got this club, it's all around kindness, or random acts of kindness? What's the reception? What are people's responses?
I would say our club is always very receptive and excited to do more for our school and as well the community as well. And like Abby was saying, we just have our numbers are increasing every week, and I think people are just excited to help out and grow the kindness within our school.
Cool. And so so far you've done happy letters, right? Which we're going to talk more about maybe on a future episode of this, because that intrigues me as well. Who were some of the happy letters to? What was that?
Some of our happy letters are we made some for for Maui, for everything that was going on there, and then with the community we made for people at the hospital, and just to kind of brighten their day and to spread some kindness.
I love it. So you had students who wrote letters.
Yeah,
and then were they emails or physical letters?
Yeah, they're physical letters that we made at the club meeting, and they include a quote and then a drawing and then just a little message to brighten their day and just kind of relay how the club is feeling and how we are putting our support towards them.
Nice. And then you guys mailed these to the folks on Maui?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like yesterday we focused on the writing letters to oncology. That area.
The oncology department at the local clinics here?
These are going to Seattle actually, because we had a guest speaker yesterday, and she is going to Seattle soon, so yeah, she's going to take them with her. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, we were able to personalize them a little more, which was
and so what I also like about what you guys are doing is this really is it's seemingly random in the sense that this person is going back to Seattle with a bunch of letters, and so nobody's expecting them.
Yeah.
And yet they're going to open up an envelope, and it's going to have some cool message from one of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
Do you know about how many letters you guys wrote for the folks to Maui?
I would say we wrote 60 to 100 letters, I think. Yeah, so quite a few.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. What else is coming up for your Random Acts of Kindness Club?
So right now we have a project going on called Warm Hands and Feet, and we have drop boxes all around town to collect gloves, scarves, socks, hats, and then we will have an event to bundle them up and then send them out to the community for people in need, like at the men's house, the lighthouse, and just kind of all around. And that is our project that's going on right now, and yeah.
Nice, nice. And do you anticipate a good response?
Yeah, so we've done this in years past, and it's been amazing, and so we're kind of hoping that since our club has been growing, that we're going to get even more outreach this year.
All right, right on. Abby, how has this helped you grow as a person, being part of this?
Well, to me, it's really important to know the difference between being kind and being nice. I think kindness is more of an action, and you can fake being nice, but to be kind, it's sincere and genuine from the heart. And a big thing with Random Acts of Kindness, the club, we take action. We don't just talk about our goals or what we want to do.
Boom, right here. Right? Yes, taking action, not just talking about it.
Exactly. We go out and do it, because we're passionate about it. We want, our school culture to grow. And
I love that. Yeah,
so,
it's all about action. Outcomes only occur inside of action. Right? Yeah, talking about it, it's fun. can even be motivating, but the outcome's not going to happen unless you actually get into action.
Yep.
So I love that answer. And who's somebody in your lives where you have been felt like you were the recipient of kindness that has stood out to you?
I would say our advisor for Random Acts of Kindness Club. He is probably one of the most genuine people I have ever met, and he wants to spread kindness every day, and he's so involved in our school and our club. He's not just overseeing us, he is actually involving himself and helping us out in such a deep level, and he is always just making us feel heard and helping us do whatever is on our mind, and helping reach the community in the way we'd like.
Nice. And what is his name?
Chris Hockett.
Chris Hockett?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Mr. Chris Hockett, right? Sweet. Very cool. And do you feel like you're seeing a shift in some of the culture?
Yeah, I'd say
definitely.
so. Our club is very diverse. We have all sorts of different people, and you can just see everyone is getting more comfortable with each other and within the club. So, I mean, we're getting bigger turnouts, like when we hold we just recently passed out cookies to teachers. And so we got to school extra early so we can open the doors for them and give them cookies. So.
And then tomorrow we're handing out hot chocolate for the students at the beginning of the school day as they walk into the building. And so I definitely think that it's just like a small action. It's brightening people's day, and we can definitely see it within the school.
Yeah.
I love what you just said too. Just a small action can brighten someone's day, and that becomes like a fun activity, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you're kind and when you're extending this kindness, does it increase connection or lessen connection?
Definitely increase connection.
Absolutely.
We are having those connections with every student as we're handing them a note that we wrote in at our club meetings, or we're handing them a cookie or our hot chocolate. Like, it's just those small connections that are kind of increasing our outreach within the school.
And it also creates a sense of safety,
Yeah.
right? So if somebody has gone through the school year and they've seen your faces, they've seen you in action, they've seen you, been a recipient of your kindness, like, you suddenly begin to feel safe to them.
Yeah.
And that is, as you know, I mean, in schools across the country, there's a lot of people that feel unsafe, right? That feel insecure. And so what a beautiful gift that you're giving is you're creating a sense of safety for these kids. So nicely done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, hey, you guys, thanks for being here. I really appreciate your time. Keep up the good work. And now it's time for you all to get out there. Be a source of kindness. Be a source of contribution. You do have something to offer the world, and I believe in you.